What if the home you love, the one where you grill burgers in the backyard or binge Stranger Things on the couch, could be hiding something dangerous? Picture this. You're sipping coffee from your Keurig in a cozy Ohio kitchen, or maybe flipping pancakes for the kids in a Texas ranch-style house. Everything feels safe, familiar, right? But here's a jolt. The American Cancer Society says up to 20% of cancer cases might trace back to environmental factors, including stuff lurking inside your walls. That scratched non-stick pan, the air freshener plugging away in the bathroom, even the tap water you guzzle after a run. Could they be ticking time bombs? It's not a sci-fi plot. It's real, and it's closer than you think. Today, we're diving into *** 10 potential sources of cancer in your home. Get rid of them. ***, a no-nonsense guide to spotting and ditching the hidden risks you didn't sign up for. This isn't about turning your life upside down. It's about taking control. We'll uncover 10 everyday culprits, like the asbestos grandpa Joe might have left in the attic, or the pesticide Linda sprays on her roses, and show you exactly why they're trouble, plus how to kick them to the curb. Imagine Mary in Florida, swapping her toxic cleaners for vinegar, or Tom in Seattle testing his basement air and breathing easier. By the end, you'll have a simple, doable plan to make your home a true safe haven, not just for you, but for your kids, your parents, even your dog. Rover, whether you're in a New York high-rise or a California bungalow, this is your wake-up call to a healthier space. If this sparks a light bulb moment, stick around and subscribe to Senior Health. We're all about practical tips to keep you and your loved ones thriving. Hit that like button if you're ready to reclaim your home, and drop a comment below. Ever wonder about that old paint in the garage or the smell of your plugins? Tell us what's on your mind. Let's roll up our sleeves and root out these risks together. Your safer home starts right here, right now. Your home's your castle, right? It's where you kick back with a cold Bud Light after mowing the lawn, where Grandma Betty bakes her famous chocolate chip cookies, or where the kids sprawl out with their Nintendo Switch. But what if that same space, the one you've poured your heart into, is quietly working against you? The National Cancer Institute estimates 1.9 million Americans will hear the words, "You have cancer," in 2025. And while smoking or bad, luck often take the blame. The stuff inside your four walls plays a bigger role than you guess. The American Cancer Society pegs environmental factors, like the air you breathe or the pans you cook with, as culprits in up to 20% of cases. That's not a small number when you're talking about your family's health. Take Mary, a 68-year-old retiree in Florida. She never smoked, ate her kale, yet ended up with lung cancer, it turns out. Radon gas was seeping into her condo from the soil below. Or Joe, a 72-year-old widower in Kansas, whose doctor traced his leukemia to years of spraying Roundup on his wheat fields, tracking it inside on his boots. These are rare flukes. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, warns that indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside, loaded with invisible threats. Why does this hit home? Because you can do something about it. Spotting these risks, like swapping Tom's scratched Teflon pan for cast iron or testing Linda's basement for radon, can cut your odds of a diagnosis. It's not just about dodging cancer. It's about more tailgates, more Thanksgiving dinners, more time with the people you love. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a wake-up call. For seniors especially, who spent decades in the same split-level or ranch house, the stakes climb higher. The CDC says cancer risk spikes after 65, and prolonged exposure to household nasties only fuels that fire. But here's the good news. You're not helpless. Mary's $20 radon test from Home Depot could have changed her story. Joe's switch to organic weed killer might have saved his. Knowledge is your shield. Knowing what's lurking and how to kick it out can rewrite your future. Let's dig into why these threats show up and who's most at risk. So, how do these cancer-causing troublemakers end up in your living room or kitchen? It's not like they knock on the door with a warning label. They sneak in through construction, habits, and the world outside. Here's the breakdown. Biological and chemical culprits. Some threats are baked into the bones of your home. Start with asbestos. Back in the 60s and 70s. It was the go-to for insulation, roofing, even those popcorn ceilings in Grandpa Tom's Seattle bungalow. The CDC calls it a known human carcinogen. Inhale those microscopic fibers, and they nest in your lungs, sparking mesothelioma or lung cancer years later. Millions of U.S. homes still have it, especially pre-1980 builds. Then there's radon, a radioactive gas bubbling up from uranium in the soil. It's odorless, tasteless, and loves basements. 1 in 15 homes has high levels, says the EPA, making it the second biggest lung cancer trigger after smoking. Linda in Texas had no clue until her doctor connected her cough to it. Chemicals creep in too. Formaldehyde, a sharp-smelling gas off gases from pressed wood furniture, like that particle board dresser from Walmart in Joe's guest room. The World Health Organization, WHO, ties it to nasal and throat cancers. Cleaning products under Mary's sink. Think Lysol or Windex. Pump out volatile organic compounds, VOCs, which the EPA flags as lung irritants with possible cancer links. Air fresheners, like that Glade plug-in in the bathroom, add phthalates to the mix. Hormone disruptors with murky cancer ties. These aren't one-off exposures. They're daily doses, building up while you sleep. Lifestyle choices. You're not off the hook. Some risks come home with you. Secondhand smoke is a classic. If Joe's lighting up Camels in the den, or if Betty's neighbor puffs away and it drifts through the vents, it's a lung cancer gift that keeps giving. The NIH says it hikes risk by 20 to 30%, even for non-smokers. Pesticides are another invader. Linda's Roundup for her rose garden, or the orthobug spray in Tom's shed track inside on shoes or paws. The NIH links them to lymphoma and leukemia, especially with years of use. Non-stick cookware, those Teflon pans Mary's had since the 90s release. Perfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, when scratched or overheated. The American Cancer Society warns of liver and kidney cancer connections, and they're in 98% of U.S. homes. Plastic's a sneaky one too. That Tupperware holding Sue's leftover meatloaf? If it's old school, it's got BPA, bisphenol A chemical that leaches into food, especially when microwaved. The NIH calls it an endocrine disruptor, potentially fueling breast or prostate cancer. Even tap water's not innocent. Industrial runoff or old pipes can lace it with arsenic or lead, which the EPA ties to bladder and lung cancers. From the fridge to the stovetop, your choices stack the deck. Environmental drift. The world outside doesn't stay out. Radon's a natural intruder, but so's air pollution. Think factory fumes wafting into Joe's rural Kansas windows, or car exhaust seeping into Mary's Florida condo. Tap water picks up contaminants too. Think Flint, Michigan, or rural wells with arsenic levels the EPA's been chasing for decades. Treated wood in furniture or decks, coated with preservatives like creosote, off-gases, carcinogens indoors. It's a slow invasion. Your home's not an island, and what's out there finds a way in, whether through the soil, the air, or the water main. Not every home's a cancer hotspot, and not every person's equally vulnerable. Here's what tips the scales. Age and exposure time. Age is the biggie. Seniors like Betty, 75, or Tom, 82, have clocked decades in their homes, 40 years with that asbestos ceiling, or 30 with pesticide-dusted carpets. The CDC says cancer risk doubles after 65, and prolonged exposure amplifies it. A 20-year-old might shrug off a year of radon. For Joe, it's a lifetime sentence. Genetics and health history, your DNA's a wild card. If lung cancer runs in Tom's family, his dad had it, radon or smoke hits harder. The NIH says genetic predisposition can double your odds with certain carcinogens. Past health matters too. Betty's childhood asthma makes her lungs prime. Targets for VOCs or asbestos fibers. Lifestyle and habits choices compounded. Joe's pack-a-day habit since Vietnam pairs with second-hand smoke like gasoline on a fire. Linda's pesticide obsession, spraying weekly ups her dose. Cooking with scratched Teflon daily, like Mary, or microwaving in BPA plastics like Sue, turns low risks into high stakes. The NIH says frequency and intensity of exposure are key. Casual use might slide, but habits dig deep. Home and environment, your setup plays a role. Poor ventilation, Joe's drafty farmhouse, or Mary's sealed condo traps radon, VOCs. Everything. Older homes pre-1980 hoard asbestos and lead, per the Census Bureau's 2025 housing data. Rural spots like Kansas face well water woes. Urban digs like New York get industrial drift. Poverty's a kicker, cheap furniture or unfiltered. Taps hit low-income families harder, says the U.S. Department of Health. Awareness gaps, ignorance is a risk too. Linda didn't know Roundup was dicey until her grandson Googled it. Tom thought asbestos was an old problem until a contractor flagged it. The EPA says 1 in 4 Americans underestimates indoor risks knowledge. Lags and cancer creeps. These causes and risks aren't abstract. They're in your drywall, your pantry, your air. The EPO ties household exposures to thousands of lung, breast, and leukemia cases yearly. But here's the flip side. You've got power. A $15 Brita pitcher cuts water risks. A $30 cast iron skillet ditches PF azotes. A cracked window clears VOCs. For seniors like Betty or families like the Garcias in New Mexico, acting now means more summers, more stories, more life. It's not just health. It's your home, your fight, your win. We're diving into the nitty-gritty 10 everyday culprits. In your home that could be inviting cancer to the party, plus a bonus spotlight on mold, a hidden menace with a deadly punch. We'll break down what they are, why they're dangerous, and how to kick them out from the attic to the bathroom. Think of this as your home safety checklist. Grandpa, Linda, and Sue are here to show you it's real, and you've got the tools to fight back. Let's roll. Source 1. Asbestos, what it is. Grandpa Tom, Seattle. Bungalow has that popcorn ceiling and fluffy attic insulation. Classic. Asbestos. A fireproof relic from pre-1980 homes. Half of U.S. houses built before then might have it, per the Census Bureau. Risks: inhale those tiny fibers, and they stick in your lungs. Mesothelioma and lung cancer follow, says the CDC. About 3,000 Americans get hit yearly. Often seniors like Tom with decades of exposure. Get rid of it. Don't DI. Why hire pros? Angie's List. $1,000, $3,000. Seal with paint, $30 gallon. Lowe's, if removal's out. Test with a $50 kit from Home Depot. Om's attic safe now. Source 2. Radon gas, what it is. Linda's Texas basement hides radon, an odorless gas from soil uranium, pooling in 1 in 15 U.S. homes. Per the EPA, risks: second leading lung cancer, cause 14,000 deaths yearly. Linda's cough turned into a diagnosis at 10 PCIL, far past the safe 4 PCIL. Get rid of a test with a $20 Home Depot kit. Vent with a mitigation system, $1,000, $2,000 if high. Linda's at 1 PCIL now. Cancer odds down. Source 3. Mold, what it is. Picture Sue's Michigan bathroom. Black spots on the ground, a musty whiff near the shower. That's mold thriving in damp spots like basements, bathrooms, or under sinks. It's not just an eyesore, it's a spore-spewing menace. The EPA says 30% of U.S. homes have mold issues, especially in humid climates or old builds. Sue ignored it until her grandson pointed out the fuzz on the ceiling. Risks. Mold's a heavyweight cancer threat, more dangerous than most realize. Certain types, like Aspergillus, produce aflatoxins, which the World Health Organization, WHO, and NIH call potent human carcinogens. These toxins, inhaled or ingested via contaminated food, think damp pantry grains, are linked to liver cancer among the deadliest, with a 5-year survival rate under 20% per the American Cancer Society. Studies show aflatoxin exposure triples liver cancer risk, and Stachybotrys, black mold, ties to lung cancer through chronic inflammation. Up to 10,000 U.S. cases yearly might connect, says the CDC. Sue's asthma flared. Then a biopsy hinted at worse mold's no minor player. Seniors in damp homes or flood zones like Florida or Louisiana face sky-high odds with weakened immunity. It's not just allergies. It's a slow, toxic killer. Get rid of it act fast mold spreads. Small patches? Scrub with vinegar, $2, or hydrogen peroxide, $1. Sue's shower gleamed after. Big infestations over 10 square feet? Call Pros Serpro or a local crews, $500, $2,000. Fix leaks Tom's plumber patched a pipe, $100. Dehumidifiers, Frigidaire, $200 at Walmart. Dry air aim for under 50% humidity. Ventilate bathroom. Fans, $30. Home Depot, cut dampness. Test air $40 kits flag spores. Sue's home's mold-free, now lungs thank her. Source 4. Secondhand smoke. What it is Joe's Camels in the Kansas den or Betty's neighbor's stoop smoke. It sticks to fabrics. A lingering haze. Risks lung cancer risk jumps 20 to 30%, says NIH 2,500 non-smoker deaths yearly. Betty's. Spot came from years of it. Get rid of it. No indoor smoking Joe's porch bound. Wash curtains with Tide, $10. A Dyson HEPA, $200 clears air. Seal vents weather stripping, $15. Source 5. Non-stick cookware PFA's what? It is Mary's Scratch Teflon pan in Florida PFA's leach when worn. Nearly all U.S. kitchens have it. Risks liver, kidney cancer, links American Cancer Society warns. Mary's eggs carried a dose. Asterisk, asterisk. Get rid of an asterisk, asterisk. Swap for cast iron. Lodge, $30. Target. Cook under 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Mary's skillet's safe now. Source 6. Pesticides. What it is Linda's Roundup on Texas roses or Joe's. Ortho in the shed tract inside daily. Risks lymphoma, leukemia, Tizen IH flags glyphosate. Linda's grandson got hives. She's at risk. Get rid of it vinegar, $2 for weeds. Neem oil, $10 for bugs. Linda's garden's clean. Source 7. Cleaning products. What it is bleach. Lysol under Betty's sink, VOCs galore. Risks lung irritation. Possible cancer EPA notes. Betty's wheezing spiked. Get rid of it vinegar and baking soda. $3 total. Betty's floors. Shine. No fumes. Source 8. Plastic containers. BPA. What it is Sue's old Tupperware BPA. Leaches when microwaved. Risks breast, prostate cancer risks NIH says. Sue's leftovers weren't safe. Get rid of it glass Pyrex. $15. Walmart. Sue's. Pantries toxin-free. Source 9. Air fresheners. What it is Mary's Glade plug-in Vox and phthalates in every whiff. Risks lung irritation. Hormone disruption EPA warns. Mary's headaches hinted trouble. Get rid of it lavender oil. $10. In a diffuser. $20. Amazon. Mary's Air's fresh. Source 10. Treated wood furniture. What it is Tom's particle board dresser formaldehyde off gases. Risks nasal? Throw cancer, who says? Tom's room trapped it. Get rid of its solid pine. IKEA. 100 or seal with low VOC paint. $30. Tom's safe. Bonus note. Why mold stands out? Mold's not just another entry. It's a monster. Unlike asbestos or radon, it grows, spreads, and pumps toxins like aflatoxins, hitting liver and lungs with a vengeance. The CDC says damp homes double cancer. Odds in humid zones, seniors like Sue, with weaker defenses, can't ignore it. Catch it early, or it's a fight you might not win. You've just uncovered the 10 silent threats in your home, from asbestos in Tom's attic to the mold creeping up Sue's bathroom walls. Knowledge is half the battle. Now it's time to win the war. This isn't about gutting your house or draining your savings. It's about smart, everyday moves to shut down cancer risks, whether you're in a Chicago apartment or a Georgia farmhouse. We'll guide you through preventative steps to catch trouble early, daily routines to keep it at bay, and long-term habits to secure a healthier future. No fancy gear or expert degree needed, just a little grit and these tips. Let's transform your home into the safe space it should be. Starting today, home checkup. Hunt the hazards, kick things off with a DIY inspection. Think of it as a spring cleaning with a purpose. Head upstairs. Does Grandpa Joe's Ohio attic have that crumbly insulation? Peek under the sink. Any black mold spots like Linda's Texas kitchen had? Sniff for trouble. Betty's Pine Sol stash or Mary's Febreze might tip you off. Grab a $20 radon test from Ace Hardware Joe's. Basement hit 8 PCIL, a red flag. Water's on the list to a $20 kit from Lowe's checks for arsenic in Sue's well. Older homes? Assume asbestos until a $50 lab test says otherwise. It's a quick weekend task. Spot the risks now. Sidestep the regret later. Airflow. Clear the deck. Stale air's a breeding ground. Radon, mold spores, and VOCs love it. Open a window every morning. Linda's Georgia porch breeze cuts humidity fast. A $50 Honeywell fan from Target keeps things moving. Mary's Philly Row House got a $120 HEPA purifier to trap smoke and fumes. During Tom's asbestos ceiling, a $30 box fan kept dust out of his lungs. The EPA says fresh air slashes pollutants by a third free, fast, and a game changer. Don't let your home stew. Let it breathe. Shop savvy. Pick clean winners next trip to the store. Be picky. Ditch scratched non-stick. Joe's $35 stainless steel pan from Kohl's cooks bacon just fine. Plastics history. Mary's $12 glass containers from Dollar General. Beat BPA. Skip harsh cleaners. Betty's $4. Mrs. Myers at Kroger. Smells good. No toxins. Pesticides? Linda's $3 vinegar from Publix saps weeds. Air fresheners? A $10 eucalyptus oil from CVS trumps Glade. Hunt for PFA-free, non-toxic, natural, spend smart. Live safer. Cleaning smarts. Keep it safe. Toss the bleach. Linda's swapped it for a $2 vinegar spray that shines her counters. Add a $1 baking soda scrub for sinks. Joe's Ohio bathroom gleams, no harsh whiffs. If you cling to Lysol, cut it with water half strength. Less risk. Per the EPA, wear gloves. Open a window. Mary's hands and lungs stay happy. It's clean vibes without the chemical sting. Your home deserves it. Asterisk, asterisk, cooking right. Eat without worry. Asterisk, asterisk. Make your kitchen a no-risk zone. Chuck flaking Teflon. Betty's $25 cast iron from Walmart sizzles steaks perfectly. Keep heat low under 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Locks PFIs in. No plastic wrap in the microwave. Joe covers chili with a plate. Glass jars store snacks. Linda's pantry's all Pyrex now. Filter water. A $20 zero water pitcher apps lead. Sue's Michigan taps pure. Tasty meals. Zero trade-offs. Airwatch. Fresh every day, breathe clean cracked doors or windows for 15 minutes, even in January. Mary ditched Febreze. A $15 diffuser with lemon oil, Walmart, sensor space. A $10 Pothos plant from Home Depot, pulls toxins. Tom's Den, looks sharp. Swap purifier filters yearly, $20. Betty's Honeywell, purrs strong. No smoking inside Joe's porch is his puff spot. Fresh air's your daily shield, keep it flowing. Lasting fixes. Swap for good, go big, replace the risky stuff. Tom's particle board shelf. Now, a $120 oak one from Wayfair, no formaldehyde. Sue's Gardens organic $8 peppermint oil kills pests. Seal old furniture with Low-Voc varnish, $25. Benjamin Moore. Mary's dresser safe. Water set a $180 under sink filter last year's. Joe's Wells pristine. Linda's stainless pans are keepers, no PFAs, shine. One-time swaps. Lifetime gains. Routine tests. Stay sharp. Don't guess check. Radon yearly $20. Kits keep Linda at 2 PCIL. Water $225. Test spot trouble. Sue's taps clean. Mold sneaky $40. Air Kids flag spores. Betty caught a bathroom bloom early. Renovating? Test asbestos first. Tom's $50 kit saved hassle. Make it annual, like taxes, cheap peace of mind. Asterisk share the know-how. Build. Accrue asterisk. Pass it on. Mary's knitting group ditched plastic after her tip. Joe's buddies quit indoor cigars over beers. Text this to your cousin in Oregon, your mom in Arizona. Sue's neighbor filtered water after her nudge. Teach kids. Linda's grandkids know glass is best. The NIH says awareness slashes. Exposure 40%. You're the spark for safer homes everywhere. This is your roadmap, simple, real, yours. Check your place. Joe has attic sealed. Sue's mold's gone. Daily wins. Linda's vinegar shines. Mary's gloss stacks neat. Long-term. Tom's air's pure. Betty's water safe. Start today. Test radon. Ditch a cleaner. Every step's a brick in your cancer-proof wall. More July 4th BBQs. More movie nights with the dog. You've got this. Make your home a fortress, not a gamble. We've just swept through your home like a health-conscious tornado, uncovering 10 cancer culprits that might have been hiding under your nose or in your walls. Let's take a quick lap back. Asbestos clinging to Grandpa Joe's Ohio attic. Radon sneaking into Linda's Georgia basement. Mold sprouting in Sue's Michigan bathroom. Secondhand smoke staining Tom's Kansas curtains. Scratched Teflon in Betty's Pennsylvania kitchen. Pesticides trailing from Mary's Texas garden. Harsh cleaners under the sink. BPA leaching from old plastic containers. Air fresheners fogging the air. And formaldehyde seeping from cheap furniture. These aren't just dusty old problems. They're risks you can tackle. And we've armed you with everything you need to send them packing. Think about the journey. Part 2 showed why this hits hard. Your home's not just a place. It's a lifetime of exposure that stacks up, especially for folks like Joe or Sue in their golden years. Part 3 named the villain's 10 threats, with mold's toxic punch stealing the spotlight, and Part 4 handed you the broom. Check your space. Swap the junk. Build routines that stick. This isn't pie-in-the-sky stuff. It's real life. Linda's vinegar keeps her roses thriving without poison. Betty's glass jars hold her famous Chili Sans BPA, and Tom's basement air is radon-free. You're not just dodging cancer. You're buying more mornings with that diner coffee, more evenings with the grandkids' giggles, more of what makes home home. The proof's in the pudding or the people. Take the Thompsons in Oregon. Grandpa Joe's attic cleanup and new stainless pans mean he's flipping pancakes again, not flipping out over asbestos. Or the Riveras in Arizona. Mary caught mold early, scrubbing it out, and now her bathroom's a safe haven, not a spore factory. These are wins you can claim too. Your home's your story. Maybe it's where you watched the moon landing or hosted 4th of July BBQs. Those threats? They're gatecrashers, and you've got the eviction notice. Every move a $20 radon. Test. A $3 vinegar bottle builds a safer tomorrow. And that's worth fighting for. So, let's get moving. Don't let this sit in your browser history. Today's the day. Snag that radon kit from Ace Hardware. Toss that scratch pan for a $25 cast iron from Walmart, or mix up a vinegar spray to zap mold. Tomorrow, share it. Text this to your buddy in Colorado, your aunt in Maine, your coworker over lunch. Imagine the wave. Homes across America ditching Teflon, filtering water, airing out the junk because you started it. It's March 31st, 2025. Don't wait for spring to bloom with regret. Act now, and every step's a brick in a wall. Cancer can't climb. We're here to back you up. Subscribe to Senior Health and keep the good stuff flowing. Click that button, and you'll get more tips, recipes that skip the toxins, hacks to purify your air, ideas to make your golden years shine. Give this a like if it sparked something. Let us know it landed. And drop a comment below. What's the first thing you're kicking out? Did Sue's mold scare you straight, or Tom's smoke hit close? Your voice could light a fire for someone else. Like a neighbor's porch chat over a lemonade. This is your turf, your family, your future. 10 risks don't stand a chance against. 1. Fire it up you. Get rid of them. Scrub the mold. Test the air. Ditch the plastic and own your space. Here's to more cookouts with the crew, more nights with the dog curled up, more days where you know you've got this covered. You've got the plan. Start today. We'll be at Senior Health, rooting for you, one clean home at a time.